There's a big mystery. Well, a Russian fighter jet has fallen from the sky. Hello and welcome to TimesXP. I am Dhruti. A quiet evening, a routine flight, and then a fireball in the sky. Russia has just lost another warplane, and not in Ukraine, not in any kind of combat, but inside its own borders during a simple training mission. This story takes us to Karelia, a cold, forest-heavy region that sits right next to Finland. At 7 p.m., when the sun had almost slipped away, a Russian Su-30 fighter jet suddenly fell off from the sky. So let me tell you, the crash, nobody saw it coming. According to Russia's defense ministry, the Su-30 was doing a routine flying training over there. Basically, no weapons, no bombs, nothing dangerous on board. But the jet, it still crashed, killing both the pilots instantly. Well, the plane went down deep inside the thick forest in an area where nobody lives. No homes, no villages, just trees and silence. In fact, their governor, they rushed the emergency teams to the crash site. When they reached the area, the jet was already destroyed, but thankfully no civilians were hurt. But this is really explosive. And wait, here's why this is so much important. This is not just one-off accident. Far from it, Russia has been witnessing a worrying pattern. More and more of its fighter jets are crashing during the training and not war. Just a few months ago also, a Su-34 bomber fell during another routine mission, and that too in the Nizhny Novgorod region. Here the analysts say it's becoming a trend now. But aren't you wondering why are Russian jets falling? That's the big question, and nobody in Moscow is giving a clear answer here. In fact, a special commission has been formed, but the usual possibilities, they are floating around. Technical failure, a maintenance problem, pilot error, old aircraft pushed too hard. Russia isn't saying, not yet, but experts have been warning for months now that Russia's air fleet is under massive pressure because of the war in Ukraine. Long hours, constant missions and shortage of the parts. Now all of this can push even advanced jets like Su-30 to the breaking point. Let's look at the numbers now. Ukraine claims that Russia has lost 428 military aircraft since the war began in 2022. Russia rejects that number, of course, but independent analysts, they say many of those losses are actually real. And yes, some of them were Su-30s. The Su-30 is one of Russia's frontline jets. Fast, powerful, used for both air battles and ground attacks. Losing even one hurts. Losing multiples, that raise alarm bells. A jet lost in forest and a story lost in silence, right? Here we are. A powerful Russian fighter jet laying in pieces in the dark forest. 2 pilots gone, no explanation, just another investigation, another official statement, and another accident that Moscow wishes the world would ignore. But the pattern, it now feels impossible to hide. Russia's air force is struggling, and every new crash, it tells a different story, louder than words.